Ibom, the best place to be. Welcome to Ibom, the promised land. I discover Ibom, a peaceful people. So you are welcome to Ibom. Come on, I'm coming. I said, come, live, walk, and invest in Ibom. This is the promised land. Come, walk, and live, and invest in Ibom. Discover Ibom.
Oh yes, Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration that is people-oriented, vested in capacity, embodied with superior performance and rendered on integrity has attracted global commentaries and attention. The Americas said it, even the military confirms.
We are here following the wonderful success stories that are emanating from your...
Our own Vice President relocates.
So when I think of a second home, of course, Akwa Ibom is a good place.
China has joined. Are you an investor or entrepreneur? The 21-story intelligent building, good road network, well-equipped hospitals scattered all over the state with a world-class airline, 18 functional industries and still counting. These and many more are the reason we invite you. Come, live, walk and invest in Akwa Ibom. Be part of the completion agenda. Only God. Powered by the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State.
The Ibom Deep Seaport project is a key component of the completion agenda of Governor Udom Emmanuel's lead administration in Akwa Ibom State. The seaport, a major constituent of the Ibom industrial city, is designed to play a major role in the economic development as well as raise the business and revenue profile of Akwa Ibom State and Nigeria. The Ibom Deep Seaport is designed to occupy 2,566 hectares of land with additional 1,565 hectares for future expansion, which the Akwa Ibom State government has already provided. With an investment capacity of about $4.2 billion, the seaport, when completed, will serve as global hub for maritime business with unparalleled access to coastal railway line, the Victor Atta International Airport, and extensive road networks. As a transshipment port for the West and Central African sub-regions, Ibom Deep Seaport, which is expected to handle container break bulk, dry bulk, and liquid cargo, will stimulate business activities and lead to gigantic leap in international trade. To show their commitment and readiness for the takeoff of the Deep Seaport project, the major partners, led by teams from the federal government, the Akwa Ibom State government, and some of the key investors met recently in Akwa Ibom State to assess things on ground. The team were satisfied with the journey so far on the project and spoke of brighter days ahead.
We are all very happy with what we have seen. We have seen the vision for this project. So it's really a great opportunity to come very close to the proposed project site as far as this is concerned. We've been very, very impressed. And really from conception stage up to this point, I would say that at federal level we've seen the commitment and the determination of the state government to get this moving in collaboration with the private technical partners, as well as under the regulatory cover of the federal government agencies. As you know, the Federal Ministry of Transportation, being the supervisory ministry for infrastructure such as this, and particularly with the fact that the Nigerian Ports Authority, which will have a direct oversight over this facility, is one of the parastatals under the ministry, has seen the need to give it very full support right from the very beginning.
Our report, back to the federal government, will go back to Abuja, is that Ibom Deepwater Port is set to grow. All arms of government, all parts of government, technical, political, have come here to ensure that this particular infrastructure that will create wealth, develop our people, it is done. Because any coastal country has to take advantage of our coastal opportunities. This is a free gift of the Almighty God to us, and we must use it. The only way to use it is to create port capacity, additional port capacity, create industrial city, create jobs, and make sure that the people of Akwa Ibom State, and in fact the whole of Nigeria, because this particular port, in terms of the full business case which we are looking at, it is designed not just to serve the south-south, it will serve the northwest. Because if you go here, where do you go to? You go towards the northwest. It will serve the north central. It will serve the north. It will serve all parts of Nigeria. It would be beneficial. And then you look at the oil industry, which is already here. Mobil is here. That becomes a catalytic, because it also means that the petrochemical industry can now be very well developed as an adjutant, to that particular port. So, this is like I said. I wish we could just start the port now.
The gifts of this site of the project is in my own senatorial district, Akwa Ibom South Senatorial District. We've gone around today to affirm what we've been working in paper all this while, and as you can see, everything is on the ground, ready for the project to take off. The government of Akwa Ibom State under Sodom Gabriel Emmanuel is committed to this project. The federal government is committed to this project. That is why you have seen all the stakeholders present here today. I can assure the people of Akwa Ibom State, people of Nigeria, that the present federal government has adopted this project and is ready to give it the backup to run.
The Ibom Deep Sea Port Project, as a dual-channel port, is owned by the federal government through the Nigeria Port Authority, with Akwa Ibom State government and private investors through the public-private partnership arrangement. The deep sea port has some comparative advantages, among them deep water access of 15 meters in the channel, with capacity to accommodate larger vessels, 5,129 raiders for port development, proximity to major shipping routes, as well as a combined deep sea port and channel port and free trade zone development in Akwa Ibom State.
Ibom Deep Sea Port is a public-private partnership that went through a rigorous procurement process. And at this point, I want to thank all the federal government agencies, the Federal Ministry of Transport, the NPA, the ICRC, for their cooperation and the support that they have given to us.
I cannot describe my joy and the excellent impression I have of what both the federal government and the state government is doing. This is what on both sides we're looking for, infrastructural development for our country. Ibom Deep Sea Port is extremely very important to the federal government because it would unleash additional port capacity and then decongest Lagos. We're complaining about decongesting Lagos without creating additional port capacity. So this port is crucial to Nigeria's economic survival. It is also crucial to the development of the south-south and the south region of Nigeria because you have Ibom Deepwater Port, you have the industrial city, you have the Enyimba economic city, then you have the transportation link. So it has been wonderful to go through the transportation links to show that this particular port will have intermodal connection.
The Minister of the Federal Ministry of Transportation has publicly mentioned Ibom Deep Sea Port when he talks about upcoming port development, and he's given us support each time a request is presented to him for approval. He approves. The permanent, the whole of his team, the permanent secretary, the entire ministerial project development steering committee are fully engaged and committed to the realization of the project.
As a ministry, we are committed, we are supportive, and we are happy with the steps that have been taken so far. NPA, the Nigerian Ports Authority, has given its full support to and regulatory cover to this project. And basically, as the DG said, we are good to go and we are happy with what we have seen already.
Although he inherited the Ibom Deep Seaport project from previous administrations in the state, Governor Udom Emmanuel has shown the real commitment and the political will to translate the Deep Sea project dream into reality. Shortly after his assumption of office as governor of the state, Mr. Udom Emmanuel had set up a technical committee on the Deep Seaport project. Furthermore, he went on to create a ministerial status for the Ibom Deep Seaport project, annexing it to the Ministry of Economic Development in order to fast-track the implementation of the project.
I want to thank His Excellency the Governor, Governor Udom Emmanuel, for the vision. Upon assumption of office in 2015, he put in place a technical committee for the realization of Ibom Deep Seaport. And this committee is made up of seasoned professionals in the maritime and shipping industry. The committee is headed by Mrs. COMPULSORY, and I want to say they have done excellent work.
Well, first of all, we won't be where we are if the state government, who are the chief sponsors of the project, were not committed. The state government is fully committed. They have financially borne the costs of the project development thus far. Our state governor himself is personally keeping tab of what is happening to the project. We report to him directly to see how important the project is to him. He set up a technical committee that is a quasi-governmental agency. When we need him to intervene in something, especially at the federal level, he takes personal interest, goes to meet the people that he has to meet in order for the required regulatory approvals from the federal government to be obtained and on time.
I am an Akwa Ibomite and I rise to the threat of greatness. Medakata.
Akwa Ibom State, the pinnacle of peace, unity and prosperity, home of investors, piloted by His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel. Few years of fulfilled promises in the areas of industrialization, agriculture and food security, free and compulsory education, free healthcare delivery to the young ones and the elderly, infrastructural transformation and human capacity development, youth and sport, transport and tourism. Come and be part of the completion agenda.
I like Governor Udom Emmanuel and I love what he's doing in Akwa Ibom State.
We've never had it so good. Only God.
The commitment of the state government towards the construction of the 12-lane superhighway leading to the seaport further demonstrate the preparedness of the Udom's late administration for the takeoff of the project.
If you research the challenges of ports in Nigeria, one of the major challenges you find is accessibility. Vehicular traffic, heavy vehicular traffic, find it difficult to access and evacuate from the port. And so we're saying, look, learning from those experiences, what do? We are not going to go the same route and end up with the same problem that we're trying to solve. And so up front from day one, we are constructing a 12-lane superhighway that takes you from major dual carriageways into the in and out of the deep sea port. And then of course we're not just constructing this 12-lane superhighway in isolation. We are constructing it, linking it to evacuation point in and out of the state. From that deep sea port, a swing to one side of the road, you are hitting East-West Road straight away. To swing to the other side, you are hitting the city center in New York, and on your way, and if you swing further, you are hitting the airport. And so that creates a massive opportunity. And then also, don't forget that the federal government also has a plan to also to complete East-West Road, and then of course build rail line that takes you all the way to Calabar. And so from the plan of the railway line that we gather, there will be a spur that branches off and leads into Akwa Ibom. And so we intend to have that link linked to this deep sea port to be able to evacuate whatever activities and produce goes on the deep sea port.
Now, where we are now is the super highway that we started. To my back, here, takes you back into Ibom, which we are going to crisscross anywhere from now. Ibom Road is linked to East-West Road.
It's a 12-lane purposely built motorway, and just a few kilometers left for it to reach the main site of the port.
It is crucial that you have, a superhighway plan that will be able to evacuate things from the port, seamlessly. And if you look further down there, you can see the clarity of it. We're not able to get there today because of the tide, but it's actually very, very clear that this is a wonderful site. It's a site that is on the coast of Nigeria. It is something that will bring joy to our country. So I can't describe the joy I have in my heart that I'm here today to see that something we started some time ago is beginning to take shape, in terms of physical reality.
It is expected that, given its strategic location and its technical component, the Ibom Deep Sea Port project will give Nigeria a better alternative in promoting maritime business, international trade and global interconnectivity. It will also have general multiplier effects in new business opportunities and also create more than 10,000 job opportunities for our teeming populace. Furthermore, it will help solve the perennial problem of port congestion in Nigeria. For Akwa Ibom as the host state, the Ibom Deep Sea Port will step up its business opportunities and revenue profile, as well as raise its status as a major player in national and global economy.
This project is going according to the timelines that were set. We have secured a world-class preferred bidder. It's a consortium of Bolloré and Power China. So in terms of shipping connectivities, we have it. In terms of deep pocket, we have it. In terms of backing by the state government who is hosting the project, we have it. And that is what I want to assure Akwa Ibom State. They should have no doubt about federal government support. You have seen the presence of federal government, Ministry of Transportation, Ministry of Finance, NPA, ICRC, all of them have been with us. So there's federal support. The Minister of Transportation has mentioned our project as one of the key projects. The project is now reaching a stage where the federal government has agreed that there should be a groundbreaking. Our governor, the sponsor, had also agreed with the chairman of the preferred bidder, Bolloré, that there should be a groundbreaking in the first quarter of this year. And we thank the Akwa Ibom people for supporting this project.
What is important is to realize that this will be very catalytic.
Yeah,
absolutely. Akwa Ibom State. Because what creates jobs is industrialization. Yeah. Yes. I mean, Akwa Ibom is a coastal state. Without the port, you can't unleash economic strength. But having a port, brings in, you bring in commerce, the multiplier effects are so massive. With industrial city, processing, the external pressure and everything, and then the competition. So this is really very, it's there to His Excellency Mr. President. It's all part of that agenda to make sure. And this is what will solve the problem in Lagos. It is not traffic control, it's having additional port capacity. So there are goods that are going to the northwest, going to the southeast, can come here and then get distributed from here.
From day one, once construction starts, an average of 10,000 people will be employed while construction is ongoing. And then if you look at the value chain that will come out from that, you would be looking at numbers almost double or triple that figure. Because Ibom Deep Sea Port is also situated within the confines of the Ibom Industrial City, which also houses the Free Trade Zone, which also houses the Calabar City Ibom International Jetty. It provides a conglomerate of opportunities for different businesses to thrive. And of course, we will also understand that in the last 4 years plus, Akwa Ibom State government has also embarked on massive road infrastructure, linking the economic nerve centers of the state and emptying them, one into the East-West Road and of course the other one to the airport, where today we have an airline that also ensures that access in and out of Akwa Ibom is easy. We've taken into consideration the various challenges of ports in Nigeria in designing and conceptualizing Ibom Deep Sea Port. So it's going to provide a unique advantage and will go a long way towards solving Nigeria's problem in terms of port and port-related activities.
Governor Dum Emmanuel's led administration has demonstrated a rare dexterity and tenacity in ensuring the project comes alive. It is therefore expedient for all stakeholders in the state and country to rise to the challenge of ensuring the actualization of this momentous project that will launch Nigeria into the world of robust maritime business.
Let me first of all thank the Federal Ministry of Transport, PA, ICRC, then all our consultants. Let me thank you by going with what I call your level of professionalism in handling this matter. We've gained a whole lot of support in this whole project. If we didn't have your support, I'm not sure we would have even taken a step.
Portrait of achievements by Governor Dum Emmanuel in the area of industrialization. He started with toothpick manufacturing factory, pencil factory, peacock pen factory that was abandoned for several years, and he revamped it within 100 days in office. Plywood and timber factory, block factory, metering solution factory, syringe factory, flour mill factory, fertilizer blending factory, coconut refinery, rice mill factory, plastic manufacturing factory, aviation industry, and the establishment of Ibom Aqua Prime Hatchery, Cassava Processing Factory, Starch Processing Factory, and more are still coming. Come, live, work, and invest in Akwa Ibom. Only God, powered by the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State.